Hi, everyone, and welcome today, April 29th, to our weekly webinar. Angela and myself, we're so happy and excited to be here with you. Make sure that you have a paper notebook, just somewhere to write down or where you write down all of your notes for this webinars. And let's just say hi and welcome Angela. Hi, Angela.
Hello, hello. Thank you, everybody. It's almost the end of April already, so we have lots of ideas for you to wrap up the month very strongly for this month of April. So we're going to be focusing on chamomile hand cream and pedi cream, that hand and foot care set that is available. And specifically, we're talking about that because it's such a great option to promote for Mother's Day, which is coming up very quickly, right? We think of Mother's Day in May, but it's really only a couple of weeks away. So it's good to have some ideas to start promoting that ASAP, so that we can start getting some orders in and getting them in time for Mother's Day. So that's a lot of what we'll be talking about today is kind of Mother's Day focus and being prepared for workshops that you can do for Mother's Day and things like that. For prospecting, we will continue talking about making the most of your minutes, how to be really effective and efficient with that time that you are setting aside for your used business, with a few more tips on how to kind of manipulate your time and your brain to get more done during that time. And we'll finish up with some reminders such as your call to action and some time sensitive reminders and our raffle at the very end. So please join us live if you can here in Zoom so that you can take part in that raffle at the end with us. So welcome, welcome everyone. I'm glad to see so many of you here with us in English today. Okay, so our product spotlight is our hand and foot care set this week. This is a set that has a full size foot cream and a full size chamomile hand cream. So that's we call this 96 grams, right? And it's a really versatile set that is a great idea to promote for a Mother's Day gift option, right? It's also great for birthdays and things like that. So it's a great gift option. It comes at a very attractive price point. You're getting two full-size products for under $100. It's a really pampering set. When we give a gift, we want it to be something that's really special for the person, that makes them feel better, and is really pampering for them. So it reaches a wide audience and is just kind of like here, take great care of yourself and enjoy this kind of gift, right? It's really easy to use. These don't come with complex instructions. So it's really put this on your hands, put this on your feet, right? So very easy instructions, easy to gift. People are going to see immediate results with these, right? So they have a great texture, they absorb really quickly into our skin, and your hands and feet immediately start to look and feel better after you use them, which is another makes it another attractive option, right? So let's just go into detail. So if you're talking about this set, what are some highlights that you could bring up about each of these products? So chamomile hand cream, we know this is one of our top sellers. This is one of the things that people most fall in love with used. And two of the major ingredients that are really going to be helpful for people's hands are glycerin. Glycerin is a humectant that draws moisture in from the environment into the skin to hydrate it. So you'll find that in a lot of different moisturizers, especially for hands and feet. And chamomile extract that is found in our hand cream is known for its calming, relaxing, and anti-inflammatory properties. So things that really set this apart, and I couldn't find my tube just now, so I'm going to use a sample. Things that really set this apart is that a little goes a long way. So you get a really high yield product. It's like, this is probably even more than I need, right? Have when you're demonstrating it, put it on the top of your hands and have people rub that together. Get it on your driest like knuckle area first, and then work it down to around your cuticle area. And also, this is great because it absorbs so quickly and just has like that satin glove like feel that it's great for people who are working on computers and don't want their hands to feel greasy when you're working on a computer. People who use their hands a lot and they just don't like the sensation of lotion on their hands. So when you do this demonstration, it's good to have like a piece of paper or a tissue around so that you can do like the blot test and show them that it leaves no trace. I probably have paper right here. Let me just steal some out of my printer here in my office area. So it's good to have a tissue or tissue paper or anything that you can press your hand against when you're doing a demonstration in person or online to show like, look at, there's no trace. So you're not going to be leaving, like fingerprints all over your computer and stuff. Like this is leave no trace, which is a very big selling point because a lot of people know they need hand lotion but hate how it feels. This solves all those problems. I live in a cold climate where our hands can get chapped and kind of beat up really easily when the weather is really cold. And this doesn't burn when you apply it to skin, even when it's really dry. So I love that too because it doesn't have any harsh artificial fragrances or anything like that. And because chamomile has those anti-inflammatory properties, it really calms hands, even if they get to a point where they're overly dry. This is going to be ideal for people who have dry, chapped hands, for helping their hands look more youthful. I mean, look at just how much healthier they look when you get that chamomile hand cream on them. It has that non-greasy moisture, so you're going to leave no trace, especially people who are busy with their hands. This is great for people with demanding work environments. If you know someone who works in construction, who works outdoors, I don't care if they're a man or woman. Yes, there's some pink on this bottle. It does not matter. This is going to help their hands if they work in a demanding work environment, or people who are just washing dishes a lot, people who live in cold climates, people who struggle with their elbows and knees in certain areas getting very dry and they want quick, effective moisturizer. This is what we should do. Also, if you're working with people if you're talking to people who work in the medical field or somewhere where they have to use latex gloves often, they might experience dryness just from, a lot of hand sanitizer, gloves, things like that, hand washing. And so this is a great option for that audience as well. Okay, then the other item that comes in this set is the full-size pedi cream. Now, pedi cream is obviously for our feet, but it does have several things that make it really special. So it's not just a moisturizer, right? This cream also has a blend of essential oils that are going to work together. And this isn't even all of them. There's a ton of essential oils in this that work to refresh and renew aching, tired feet, that soothe and provide antiseptic properties to our feet. So if people just have high maintenance feet that tend to give them issues regularly, this is a good thing to use on a regular basis. It provides astringent skin toning and skin normalizing properties. That makes this special as well because it's great for people with really dry feet, or that people have like that sticky, sweaty texture on their feet, that like people who hate socks and don't want to put anything on their feet. This is a moisturizer that they can use as well. It absorbs really quickly. It doesn't feel greasy on our skin. And it's going to help normalize their skin on their feet, right? And it also just provides a feeling of freshness. It smells really neutral, just like a little bit like an herbally mint aroma, but it's very neutral, great for a wide audience. And obviously the other really key ingredient that you'll see on all the paperwork that comes along with pedi cream is almond oil. It's one of nature's best skin emollients or skin softeners. It's very neutral, less allergenic than a lot of other ingredients that you might find out there for people who have sensitive skin, etc. It's rich in nutrients and it smooths and softens our skin. So, and you can really tell the difference with this compared to just like putting a regular lotion on your feet. The texture of our pedi cream is really rich, almost glossy. I don't know if you can see that, but so this is a great product for demonstration because you can see it's thick and really provides that like protective layer on our heels and areas that give us that tend to give us issues. Okay, so who are we targeting with this product? This is ideal for people with dry feet, for athletes, or people who are on their feet a lot. I'm not an athlete, but I am on my feet a lot, right? Who have calluses or corns or issues from, high traffic feet, feet that feel sweaty or unbalanced, for a relaxing foot massage. And remember that a foot massage is something to really promote because our feet have a lot of nerve endings that are connected to different parts of our body. So it's not just going to help our feet feel better, but our whole body can feel better with a foot massage. And it's going to also be able to you can use this on dry elbows and knees, just like the chamomile hand cream. So make sure that when you're talking about this set, it's not like, oh, this is a great set for your hands and feet. Like, try to build its value. You don't have to mention all of these things at once, but if you're promoting this throughout, this season where people are buying gifts for Mother's Day, try to keep talking about these details to build its value. You can find a lot of this information on our manuals that come with each of these products that are on your personal website. But there's also other materials available in your virtual office or like in your consultant app that you can look up. Okay. All right, so we're going to keep talking about that hand and foot care set, but now we're going to practice our activity with direct product links. So if you have two devices up, great. If you have to kind of toggle between two screens, that's fine. But I need you to all go to a browser like Chrome, Edge, whatever you're using. Go to a browser and type in your personal website to open that up. Make sure that you see your own name on it, that you're on your own personal website, and click on Shop. So when we want to share a set like this, we've been talking about it in social media, or we've been talking about it in a hand and foot care spa, or wherever, we want people to be able to click on a link that takes them right to the product or set that we're talking about. They can put it right in their cart. We can do this more easily from our shopping website, right? So we click on shop. In this case, I'm going to go into sets, because this set is not on promo right now, but that doesn't mean we can't promote it, right? It's not an offer right now, but it doesn't mean that we can't promote it. So I'm going to go into sets, or I can just type in hand and foot care set up in the search bar. Okay. So I'm on my shopping website. I'm looking up this set that's called the hand and foot care set. And I'm going, once I find it, I'm going to click on it and open it up. Okay. Once I have clicked on the set and I'm open to the page that is just for this set, that's when I get my URL. So I'm going to go up to the Omni box at the top. I'm going to click on the URL that's up there. And I'm either going to Control C to copy it and go over and Control V it into my notes or into an email for CESAD, into a message to CESAD, whatever it is. I'm going to Control C, copy and paste. If you're on your phone, you'll just tap it and click copy. Once it's highlighted, you should be able to click it and select copy. And then we're going to be sending it off to CESAR. So get that ready. And we're going to have 2 minutes. If you haven't done that with me yet, you're going to have 2 minutes to get the whole thing done and send it off. Are you ready? So you're going to go to the hand and foot care set, and you're going to send it to CESAR. Here's his information, but it will be on the next screen as well. Here is your 2 minutes. I have it set up on the screen in the mobile app, or no, in a mobile browser, what that looks like as well. Click through those options and go ahead and send your direct product link to CESAR now. He laughed at me when I sent it to him too, but I say, hey, it's good practice, right? Here I am teaching everyone else how to do it. Go ahead and let us know in the chat when you're done. I like to see how fast we're getting at this. Oh, wait, I see one consultant done already within a minute. Look at how fast it was to get that link and share it, right? It was a great tool for us for one-click shopping in our business as well. My workspace smells so good right now, like chamomile hand cream and pedi cream. People fall in love with that chamomile hand cream like you wouldn't believe. So definitely, this is a great one to demo this next week or two. Another person done. Excellent. Okay, so those of you who have sent in your direct product link, go ahead and wrap it up if you haven't. But we do have a special challenge for all of our webinar participants. Whether you're catching the replay or here with us live, anyone can participate in this as long as you send your direct product link to CESAR right away, right? So you have to send it to him so that he knows that you're taking part in this challenge. Yes, don't skip that step. So for consultants who are taking part in this challenge, you're selling with a direct product link, you're focusing on that hand and foot care set. If you sell, well, first copy and paste your direct link and send it to CESAR, right? So that he knows you're taking part in this. And then when you sell one or more hand and foot care sets with that direct product link, you're going to receive a free detox gel from the company. So how special is that? It's a great way to build your use collection, get some great exfoliant for your body. And remember that this is taking place between Monday and Thursday. So today through Thursday, May 2nd. And then remember that this includes your orders placed through your personal website. So people using a direct shopping link to your direct website, orders placed by PCC members, because we understand that they have to shop through their app or their own account. But this does exclude spa orders, and it excludes personal consultant orders, like any consultant orders that you're placing through your app or through virtual office. This is not included in the challenge, because the point is you're taking this direct shopping link and you are sending it out into social media and messages, etc., to get people to be able to buy the set that you're promoting really easily. Yeah. Any questions? No worries. And if you have to send it later tonight, that's okay. If you have to send the link a little bit later tonight, that's okay. We just try to give you the time to get it done while you're here and connected with us too. So good. So Cesar will be looking for those, and good luck, everyone. I hope you have lots of success promoting this set that so many people could use to take better care of their hands and feet. They go through a lot throughout the day. Okay, and then we're going to continue talking along those lines about ideas for Mother's Day gifts. Now, there are lots of different things that you could talk about for Mother's Day, but this is the time to prepare for Mother's Day shopping is right now. If you haven't started already, I would start messaging people saying, hey, I'm starting some of my Mother's Day shopping. Are you interested in some ideas? So look through, you'll get May offers in a couple of days, which would be helpful, but look through sets that you think, wow, this would be a really great gift. This is a good price point for a gift. This is a great idea that someone would really like to have. We have the little pebble diffuser with oils. We have the hand and care foot set. We have skincare. We have all these different things that would make a great gift. So start looking through and promoting gift ideas, right? And gift shopping right now, early, because we're accounting for shipping time, right? People need a chance to order, to receive the products and have them ready by Mother's Day. For some people it would be on May 10th, and for other people it would be on May 12th. It kind of depends if you're, like if you celebrate Mexican holidays or US holidays, etc. So it's coming up very soon. Create a message template so that you can kind of, you don't want to just copy and paste randomly, but you want to have a little bit of a template written that you can copy and paste part of your message to save yourself some time and start sending that out to your customers. I'll give you an example of that in just a minute. Focus on pampering easy to use routines at a good price point for gifting. I would say under $100 is a good price point to focus on, and maybe offer some that are less, like some that are under 50, some that are under 100. That would be good to offer a little bit of a variety of ideas, and use direct product links when you're promoting those ideas, right? So they can click right on it and buy it. Consider offering to send also an extra little printed explanation to include with that gift to explain how to use it and build its value for the recipient. Think of it as if someone's going to receive that hand and foot care set from someone else, you want them to have your business card, because then they can contact you when they want to refill. You want them to have information about how to use it correctly. So when you're talking about gifting ideas, I would also recommend offering to send whoever's buying the gift, say, oh, I'm going to mail out, a little brochure or a little printout so that the person who receives this gift knows why it's special and how to use it. Right. So that's something that I would highly recommend, so that they don't just get these products and be like, oh, nice, some hand cream, right? We're always trying to build value and connections with people. So if you're going to be reaching out to people personally via message or phone call about shopping for Mother's Day, consider something like, hi, Sandy, I hope you're having a wonderful spring so far. How is your garden doing, or something? I always try to reference something about their life that I know about, to let them know that I care about the things they've told me in the past and that I've been listening, right? So I message them and personalize the beginning. And then I might have this piece that I have as a template that I am able to copy and paste after that intro for all these messages that I'm sending out for prospecting. So, so I would say, so I'm doing a little Mother's Day shopping here at my house, and I thought it might be helpful to send out a few gift ideas to pamper ourselves or other moms in our lives. Would you like to check them out? And then I always end with a question where it's easy for the person to answer, like, sure, send them my way. Or, oh, yeah, I've been shopping for something. Like, always end it with a question because you're encouraging them to message you back. If you just send them like a huge amount of information about all these products, they're probably just going to get overwhelmed and not know what to do with it. So keep this short and simple. Ask if they're interested, if they're doing some Mother's Day shopping. And then once they respond, then you send them out the gift ideas that you've prepared. I would put a couple things together in Canva. It's really what you're comfortable with promoting, what you're comfortable with that you feel like an expert on, etc. But put together some quick images and explanations that you can send out. So this is a way to do your prospecting in a personal way to encourage people to do their Mother's Day shopping now. Like this is something I'm going to be working on tomorrow, sending these out right away for people to get in touch with me. Okay. Another thing that you can do to work on this Mother's Day shopping push is to host a Mother's Day hand and foot spa. This is something you could do even closer to Mother's Day if you want to, but invite your contacts to your home, to your backyard, weather permitting, right? And encourage them to bring along their mom, a friend, or another great person in their life. And then and just as like just a pampering activity, right? Like this is just a way to take good care of our hands and feet. Order the necessary used products ahead of time and check out the dollar store for bins for soaking feet and hands. I've bought even just these like little $50 bowls that your hands can fit in. Like it's you don't have to spend a lot, but go get some quick containers to do your event. Follow the instructions from one of the new spa guides. So it might be the foot care spa, it might be the introduction to use one, the healthy introduction to a healthy lifestyle one. Both of those will talk about the foot care and the hand care, right? And then go through there, kind of see like what wording you can use, etc., what products you need. And then just make sure you have created, before you do this spot, make sure you have created a direct product link, like we just practiced, for the sets or products that you're promoting during that spot so that when someone comes up and does their one-on-one with you, you can give them a quick link that they can shop from. Yes. So just make sure that you have that all prepped ahead of time so that you're taking advantage of, they fell in love with the products in the moment, they can place their order right away. Okay. So this is really easy to bring together. And it's a great way to just pamper the people that you know and encourage them to bring other people into your network to enjoy that experience as well. And even if you're doing a spot for just hand and foot care, right? Like if that's your topic, make sure that you're prepared for other customer needs. I usually take like a whole kit of extra used products with me from my collection or from my samples because as we're talking, we might start talking about respiratory care. Oh, everyone's struggling with allergy symptoms right now, something like that. We might talk about stress, right? We're sitting along trying to de-stress with our foot and hand care spa, and stress comes up, right? Maybe I put out some needs cards that are about other topics that I think are going to hit with this audience. People might have grabbed those in my beginning activities and that we haven't had a chance to talk about them. So when I'm going to plan a spot, whatever the topic is, always be prepared to talk about some extra needs. So it's a good idea to lay out a few extra needs cards, not related to your spot topic, that you think that your guests would be interested in. It will encourage more conversation during your one-on-one check-ins with them. And then bring along your extra used products, your own collection, the samples that you have, etc., to have on hand so that when you're talking about their needs, you can say, oh, here's this juniper cream that is good for this, or here, let's try some Mucosol spray on a tissue to see if it helps with your nasal congestion, things like that. You can have them experience those other products right away in the moment on your one-on-ones after your spot. Okay. So really, I mean, there are tons of things you can do to get your business rolling for Mother's Day. Take advantage of this sales push right now, as people are really looking for gifts and they're looking for thoughtful, pampering gifts for the mothers in their lives, right? Let me know if you have any questions about that. And I would also like to hear in the chat, what do you think you would like to do? Are you going to send out messages tomorrow asking people if they're interested in learning about some of your Mother's Day gift ideas? Are you going to plan your hand and foot care spa or some other topic that you think would be relevant to moms out there and to build your network? Let us know in the chat what is one thing that you are absolutely going to do during this Mother's Day push to build your business. All right, I see a few answers in the chat. Some of us are going to send messages. Some are going to host a spa at home, send messages. Good. And try to do both if you can, but at least pick one of those things to build your business. Okay. All right. And then we're going to continue with our prospecting tips, which is all going to build into this, right? We're always trying to build our network of people who are interested in becoming our customers or consultants on our team. And when we are doing prospecting, it can be a little bit of a time consuming energy consuming activity. So we want to make sure we are making the most of our minutes. So we're going to continue talking about that topic today. So just a quick review, we're talking about prospecting, reaching out to new people we haven't been in sales conversations with previously or for a while. We are focusing on these 7 mindsets for success. Specifically, right now, we are focusing on being systematic and efficient. We've talked about our motivation that gets us started on something and how we have to exercise our willpower, which is our control over our actions, reactions, what we do. That is something that we have to really exercise like a muscle, right? So that we keep doing the things that we need to do day after day, whether we feel like it or not, we push through and we really take control over the situations in our lives, right? It feels so good to exercise that muscle and get better at controlling the things that you want to have happen with your day, right? So we've also talked about the 3 P's that are holding us back: procrastination, perfectionism, and paralysis from overanalysis, and how to deal with some of those things and be aware of them when they're happening. Today, we're going to focus a little bit more on procrastination and how to deal with that. And also we've talked about like overall time management tips, like we all have 24 hours a day. How are you going to block them? Block them out and decide what to do with them. Having a CEO mindset, no excuses. You're in charge of your business. You are responsible for what you make happen with it. And protecting our golden hours. So we prep ahead of time and we use those golden hours to reach out to people so that we can actually get a response from them during those peak hours where people can answer their phone and talk with us. Yes. Okay. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about procrastination and some tips and tricks that go along with that. So procrastination is from the Latin word procrastinare, which comes from pro, which is forward, and crastinus, which is tomorrow, right? So procrastination, we know, is the action or habit of delaying activities. Now, a lot of us are prone to this, right? It's a very natural human response. There's a lot of different factors that are kind of underlying that cause this. It could be perfectionism. You're worried that it's not going to turn out perfect, so you don't even want to start. Could be discomfort. You're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and that seems scary. You might be worried about a lack of knowledge or skill. You don't feel prepared for it 100%. You might have a fear of failure or fear of having a negative result. You might feel being judged negatively by what you do. This happens a lot on social media, right? When we're creating social media content, this can be something that slows us down. Worried about not meeting expectations for different things, or you might just have a loss of interest sometimes due to not really having a clear vision of exactly what it is you want or exactly what it is you want to accomplish. So there are lots of things in this list that can cause us to procrastinate. We know this is going to happen, but what are some easy habits that we can build into our work time, especially during our prospecting time, to deal with this and kind of get over these mental blocks that tend to cause it? So establish priorities, right? So make sure that you're doing your most important things first. Set a specific deadline for each task so that you know when you want to have it done by or when you need to have it done by, and write it down, have it right in front of you on a piece of paper. Keep your why in mind. Why are you doing this? That helps you get over that loss of interest or that kind of meh feeling that we get sometimes. Keep your why in mind. Why do you want to earn extra income from your used business? Why do you want to share natural wellness tips with other people? Things like that, right? Why are you doing it? Make a to-do list and start it with the most important or urgent tasks so that you're getting those done first. That can be really motivating once we get those done. Maintain a comfortable and organized work environment. I have tried to work in my kitchen, on my kitchen table, looking at my messy kitchen sometimes. That is not a good work environment. That is just my brain just dying to go get it cleaned up. And it's not time for that right now. So make sure sometimes I'll turn and just look at the blank wall that's behind my kitchen table. Or I'll have like a specific office space that I'll work in. But make sure it's comfortable and organized where you can focus. A lot of times too, I have my little earbuds in with like you can go on Spotify and find like a focus study mix, which is the music that really is built for keeping your brain focused. Set aside then set aside specific times for breaks. Do not expect your brain to be able to go full throttle for 3 hours without any breaks. So you can do this and just make sure that you're you're eating your sandwich one bite at a time. Not a literal sandwich, but make sure that if you have this goal in mind and you're not just trying to like shove the whole goal in your mouth, you're not trying to accomplish the whole thing all at once. Break it into small tasks. Do this on your to-do list. What is one piece of that big goal that you have that you can cross off and feel that sense of accomplishment with? Those are really helpful tips to avoid procrastination. And if you want to get fancy, this is how, when we're trying to set up our to-do list, you can really manage your tasks by looking at them as, are they important or not important? Are they urgent or not urgent? Yes. And so when you're making your to-do list, divide it into these 4 kind of columns, whether it's in your brain or actually on your list. If it is important and urgent, you take action now. That is at the top of your to-do list. If it's not really urgent, but it is important, make a plan for when you're going to do it. You have your agenda out of like your weekly, your weekly plan. I'm not going to do that one today, but I'm going to do it on Wednesday at 9 a.m., right? Like make a plan for it. If it is important, or if it is important or not important and urgent, sorry, I'm reading my chart backwards. If it's urgent, but not really all that important, see if you can delegate it, right? So maybe it's something you can work on with a team. You each take a little piece of it and bring it together at the end and kind of share the result, things like that. If you can delegate or share responsibility, try to do that. If it's not urgent and not important, it's okay to postpone things sometimes. If you don't have time for something like, oh, I want to do this project, I want to start this new thing, put it on, open the next month up. This is June, so sorry, I'm a month ahead, but in your notes or somewhere, like write it there. This is a project, but I'm going to have to get to it later, right? So really, it's okay to have those, or it doesn't mean that your whole organizational system's going to fall apart. This is called prioritizing and managing your tasks. Okay. Another really helpful thing that you can do during your work time, and this is similar to Youth's Power Hour. If you haven't tried that yet, this is kind of already built into this, but another way to maximize your minutes is to use the Pomodoro technique. Let us know in the chat if you have heard of this time management technique in the past. Yeah, some of you have. So this is a popular time management technique it was designed or, kind of branded by Francesco Cirillo, and he is called the Pomodoro because that's like a tomato in Italian, right? A Pomodoro is, think of it as like tomato. I think, what was the story about, like that it reminded him of his little red alarm clock that he had when he was a kid or something, right? It looked like a tomato. But a Pomodoro is the term that we're using to talk about a focused work session that has frequent short breaks to improve concentration and avoid mental fatigue. So it's saying, okay, you have this chunk of time to work. Let's sort it out by 25 minutes of work time followed by a 5-minute break. 25 minutes of focused work time followed by a 5-minute break, etc. And at the end of the cycle, you're going to have one longer break so that your brain can really rest. Okay, so 25 minutes of activity followed by 5 minutes of rest, and every 4 Pomodoros, every 4 25-minute chunks of work time, then you're going to have a 15 to 20-minute break to really have a reset. Okay, so then you can start the process all over again. If you have more work time built in, go ahead and do it again. And you can use any kind of timer, a kitchen timer, a phone timer, whatever, but it's good to have something visual so that you see how your time is running out as you're working. It keeps you more motivated. Okay. So this is something, again, I'm going to show you just on the visual here. This is something that is really helpful for if you have an hour or 2 hours of work time, use this to use it more efficiently. I don't know why my arrows don't want to come up here. Okay, there we go. So 25 minutes of work time followed by 5 minutes of rest, 25 minutes of work time followed by 5 minutes of rest, 25 minutes of work time followed by 5 minutes of rest, 25 minutes of work time followed by 15 to 20. This one says 30, right? But by a bigger chunk of rest. So maybe you go out for a walk, you go outside for a little bit, something like that, right? This is a great way that's brain-based, right? That you can stay focused and still get a lot done, okay? While building in time to take care of yourself a little bit as well. So let us know in the let us know in the chat if this is something that you would like to try this week. Write it on your to-do list, and try using timers. It makes us work so much faster. It really has an effect on our brain when we set a deadline like that. Okay. All right, so let's do a quick reflection. Just take a moment and think about how you're currently using your work time. Are you establishing clear goals for your work time, like with a to-do list, etc.? And are you dedicating enough time to meet them? So this is important to see, like, how are you prioritizing what has to be done right now, what can be moved back, what can be rearranged. We want to have an effective and efficient use of our time, so you do have to prioritize. And also just take a moment to think, am I using my available tools and resources to maximize productivity during my work times? Am I using a timer? Am I using a calendar? Am I using, right? Am I getting organized and using those tools to maximize my productivity? If not, make yourself a note right now. I am going to do this better for my time. Like, make yourself some specific things that you're going to implement in your work time tomorrow. Okay. So, and this goes along with that whole idea of being efficient and effective is how we become successful, right? In anything that you want to do. If you want to have like a clean house, you need to be efficient and effective, right? You want to do well in your youth business, you have to be efficient and effective. You want to spend enough time with your kids, you have to be efficient and effective, right? Like all of these things, whatever your goals are for your day, you need these skills to manage your time effectively for all the things that you are needed for and for all the things that you need. Okay. All right. Make sure you write those down in your reflections and your to-do list. Now, for our call to action this week, just a few reminders. Make sure that you send your direct product link for the hand and foot care set to Cesar today. It can be tonight, a little bit later if you need to, but send it in right away. Then we want to sell at least one of the hand and foot care sets with our direct product link. That could be PCC or through our personal website, now through Thursday, to receive a free detox gel. We want to overall just work on selling at least $300 in products and sets this week. And make sure that you're checking in on your April goals and for your sales and your other key indicators, but also for Switzerland 2025. Make sure that you're hitting those markers to earn that fun trip between now and December. Okay, so keep that journey to the origin trip in mind. And remember that we are working each week to do a little bit more than the last, each day to do a little bit more than the last, each month to do a little bit more than the last. Let's keep growing in our used business. And thank you so much, everyone who has been in here to join or who has showed up to join us, who has gotten a little bit of inspiration for your business. And those of you who are here with us live, just stay tuned for a couple of time-sensitive reminders.